Am I the only one who feels like the Switch 2's presentation was boring? I'm personally not the kind of guy who freaks out about all the new little buttons they've added or removed from the sides of devices, but that's not what bothers me. It's the name, Switch 2. I mean, I was hoping that surely they would come up with something more unique than just Switch 2. There was a leak a while back that said it would be called the Switch Attach, and if anything, I kinda prefer that name, actually. It lines up with how the new Joy-Cons work. Instead of sliding them down the Switch, you simply attach them to the sides. I don't mind that, and I think the new model looks alright, but time and time again, Nintendo has been trying to have fun with their consoles, to not do what everyone's expected. But the Switch 2 is exactly what everyone was expecting. It's slick and modern, as opposed to every other console they've made, trying to feel fun. When I look back on the Wii, or hell, even the Wii U, I feel a huge sense of nostalgia and happiness. These menus will never get tiring to me. I'd even argue they're timeless, but the Switch? Yeah, I can't see myself becoming nostalgic to this. There's nothing, no eShop music, not even a theme for the Switch Online app. But that's going more into the original Switch 1. What I'm trying to get at here is that the Switch 2 feels really bland and modern like any other company would try to make it. And that's why the Switch 2 doesn't impress me. If anything, it felt very underwhelming. And no, I'm not saying they needed all kinds of new controllers, a DS, and a Game Boy cartridge slot. No. I just mean that they should have made a new console by now. The Switch is going to be turning 8 years old in March, and I felt like now would have been the perfect time to turn the page on the Switch and come up with something more creative again. I mean, I'd kill for a third generation of DS systems. Like a 4DS, if you will, I guess? It's fine if you like the Switch 2, but slapping a big 2 onto the Switch logo was the most underwhelming thing I've ever seen Nintendo do. And I know the marketing for the Wii U was bad. Hell, it was stealing the original Wii's name, but the Wii U had so much effort put into it. Its menus were stylized, even after Miiverse shut down. I always love watching little Miis run around, and it felt like Nintendo. TLDR, this feels like an iPhone trailer. Anyways, Mario Kart! A new Mario Kart? I think so. It looks pretty different. This better not feel the same as Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart series has been living off Mario Kart 8 for a little too long, if you ask me. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe may be my second favorite game in the series next to Wii, but it's time for a new entry. Despite my whole rant about the Switch 2 earlier, I wouldn't mind if the new game was just called Mario Kart 9. It would match with the last few entries, and it's not like they're trying to be corporate and bland like the Gmail-looking Switch menus. So let's discuss ideas for the new Mario Kart game and what I personally hope to see. Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room, a new gimmick. Mario Kart Wii had tricks, Mario Kart 7 had hang gliders, and Mario Kart 8 had anti-gravity. So what's next? Well, the Mario Kart Arcade GPDX arcade machines have a system where you play a slots machine to choose 3 random and unique power-ups. These are the only power-ups you'll be getting your hands on in the game. I think if they incorporated this into Mario Kart 9, but combined it with the already existing power-ups, you know, it would be pretty dang awesome. Maybe multiplayer could have an option to enable or disable these slots games. Another absolutely awesome feature to have would be the reintroduction of partners just like in Double Dash. Having 2 characters on the same cart would be the coolest thing. Another thing to note is that Donkey Kong has his Mario Bros. Movie design, so maybe they're going to be taking Donkey Kong in a whole different direction for the Switch too. Now, that doesn't sound bad on paper, but who knows? It might end up being really bad in the future, but hey, I'm not opposed to any big changes like that. Also, Princess Peach is riding a bike, but she's not wearing her biker outfit. That's a small little detail, but I thought it was kind of funny, so I'd mention it anyways. And something I really don't hope they do is lock more characters behind DLC. Having awesome characters like Petey Piranha and Funky Kong locked behind DLC kinda sucks for the people who don't buy it. And in my personal opinion, I think we don't need that many non-Mario characters in the game. I want to keep them the same as the ones from Mario Kart 8, you know, Villager, Isabelle, and Link. Maybe they could sneak something in like Kirby or Pikachu, but I don't really want it to become one big crossover racing game. I'd rather they keep it Mario. I mean, it's in the name, Mario Kart. There's also a few Mario characters I'd personally want to see in the game. Paratroopa, since he hasn't properly been in a game since Double Dash. I'd also want to see Toadsworth, because he hasn't, seen the light of day in a long time, actually. He hasn't been in any games for so long now, and I'd love to play as him in Mario Kart 9. Boshi would be another cool character to see. Just more characters that aren't babies. We have enough of those already. Something crazy to me is how casually they revealed a new Mario Kart alongside the Switch 2. Like, we're making a new Mario Kart, let's briefly show it off. Anyways, the Switch 2, am I right? Also, if we analyze the footage closely, really closely, we can see that races now have up to 24 people. I'm guessing that's going to be the main big gimmick of the game, which isn't necessarily bad. I mean, hey, they might even add an option to switch between 12 players and 24 players, which is pretty dang cool. But I hope they add a few more gimmicks, though. It'd be awesome to see them add something similar to how Mario Kart 8 added 200cc. Perhaps 250cc? Nah, that's way too fast. Actually, on the topic of 200cc, I hope it makes a return in this game. Despite how hard it is to play, I think it's a pretty great challenge, and I mean, no one disliked it. Gold Mario, along with the gold parts, better return too. I mean, seriously, completing a bunch of challenges to get your hands on Gold Mario all over again? I would do that. Alright, leave your predictions for the game's name in the comments down below. Even if you just think it's going to be called Mario Kart 9, I want to hear your thoughts. Anyways, that's all from me. Let's hope that the Switch 2 is a big step up from the Switch 1. I mean, I know for a fact that Pokemon Legends ZA is going to be available on both of them, so that's pretty dang cool. I can't wait for that game. What do you guys think the name of the game is going to be? Comment down below your thoughts. Maybe Mario Kart 9? That seems to be the second most realistic answer. Now you might be thinking to yourself, why second? Isn't Mario Kart 9 the most obvious choice? I mean, we've gone from 7 to 8 to 8 Deluxe. I mean, 9 feels like the most obvious thing they'd go to. Well, if you thought that, think again. The logo here in the footage says Mario Kart Mario Bros. Circuit, so perhaps that will be the name. Honestly, I don't like the sound of that. We already had a game with Circuit in the name, Mario Kart Super Circuit for the Game Boy Advance so many years ago. So I hope this game for the Switch 2 will at least be called Mario Kart 9. I say at least because I'm also open to other names. Perhaps it only says Mario Bros. Circuit in this footage for this track specifically. I mean, I'm completely open to crazy theories, so let me hear your wildest ideas for what this game is going to be called in the comments section below. Even if it's something out there like Mario Kart X. And if you've got an idea of why it would be called that, add that to your comment as well. I want to hear your juicy theories, people! So, that's all I have to say about Switch 2 and Mario Kart 9. I'm not good at coming up with crazy track ideas, so I'll leave that to Nathaniel Bandy. But hopefully the Switch 2 has some new themes and some new buttons and just, it feels more alive than the Switch 1 ever did. That's really all I want. But Mario Kart 9 seems super promising. Special thanks to my members, my channel would not still be going without you guys. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!